February 23rd, 2024. It is now 5:30 p.m. and I'd like to call this meeting to order. Would you please rise for the invocation of Pledge of Allegiance from Council Member Ms. Caroline Hennigan.
Father, we thank you for the continued blessings that you continue to rain down on Orange, Texas. And we stand on your scripture, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and never to harm you, for our beloved city. And we ask, Lord, that you give us the wisdom to make the good decisions that are a part of your will tonight. In your Son, Jesus Christ's name, amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilmember Hennigan. We will now move to item 3. Motion finding that the advanced posting and notice requirements of Article 8.1200 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Orange, Texas have been met in relation to all minutes and pending ordinances and resolutions on this agenda, and that the reading of such items be confined to the captions as are agreed upon by the ordinances and resolutions. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Birch?
Aye.
Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. On to item 4, citizen comments. At this time, comments will be taken from the audience on any subject matter, whether or not that item is on the agenda. All comments are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes for each speaker. Your comments are appreciated. As the Texas Open Meetings Act does not allow the council to respond to items not listed on the agenda, your comments will be duly noted by the council and forwarded to the appropriate department for prompt consideration. A member of the audience that desires to speak during the City Council's consideration of any specific agenda item is requested to notify city staff prior to the start of the meeting. At this time, the name that I have on my list is Mr. Seth Watkins. Please come forward, state your name, address in 3 minutes, sir.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Seth Watkins. I am the commander of VFW Post 2775. The reason I'm here today is so we can make a showing that the community knows that we're here to be a part of the community. And if anybody knows any veterans that are in need of assistance or anything, that is our main purpose for being a VFW in Orange, Texas. With that being said, annually we have public servant awards that we give out. One of them is a public safety award that is for law enforcement, firefighter, EMT. So if y'all could think of the best nomination that you could for each one of those, you get it back to me whenever you get a chance.
Law enforcement, firefighter, and EMT.
EMT.
Okay.
If we get that in the next 2 weeks, that would be fantastic. And there's also a medical hero award, to doctors and nurses of that such. So anyone that you know that goes above and beyond what they're supposed to do, send that to us, and we'll see to it that they get awarded.
Doctors and nurses?
Yes.
Or doctors or nurses?
Both.
Both.
Only one award for it.
Right, okay.
Gotcha.
Other than that, thank y'all for allowing me to be here. Take a opportunity to introduce my members that are here. That's my junior vice commander, Larry Ewing. We got Benny Rhodes, who's a long-standing member. Well, they both are actually, and Mr. Rhodes' wife.
Thank you for your service.
Thank
you. Thank you. Okay, there is no one else that is on the citizen comments list at this time. Is there anyone else? If not, we will move to city announcements, city staff announcements, and city events from staff.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council. Once again, Les Salem Relay, we have started our 10-day countdown to the 20th annual Mardi Gras on the Sabine. It's happening February 2nd and 3rd at the Riverside Pavilion. That weekend will kick off with the Together Thursdays. It's hosted by Dow and United Way. And they'll have food trucks and games and live music with Bag of Donuts, and that's always a fun group to watch. Then we'll go into Friday. At Riverside, the gates will open at 5 p.m. We'll have food trucks and music and kids' activities. We'll have a live concert that's Zydeco music with Chris Ardmont. And then Saturday, gates will open at 10, and then the Munchkin Parade will be at 1 o'clock, and the Crew Cruise Parade will be at 6 p.m. So I'd be happy to answer your questions if you have any, or hope to see you all there.
Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Allison. Okay, if there's nothing else, we'd like to move to item 6, consent agenda, December 12th, 2023, Orange Economic Development Corporation meeting minutes, and also January 9th of 2024, regular city council meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Can we have a motion and a second? Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Birch?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. On to ordinances. 7A, consider an ordinance of the City Council of Orange, Texas, authorizing participation with other energy service area cities in matters concerning Entergy Texas Incorporated at the Public Utility Commission of Texas in 2024, authorizing the hiring of lawyers and rate experts, authorizing the city's participation to the full extent permitted by law at the Public Utility Commission of Texas, finding that the meeting complies with the Open Meetings Act, and declaring an effective date. The first reading was January 9th of 2024. Mr. Coons.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Again, this is the final reading on the ordinance that we discussed, and we discuss it every year, authorizing the Lawton Law Firm to represent us and to advise us in regards to the public utility.
Any questions or comments for Mr. Coons? If not, do we have a motion?
Motion.
Can we have a motion for Ms. Hennigan and a second for Mr. Childs? Okay, Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Birch?
Aye.
Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you. On to items 8A. Consider a resolution approving an EDC infrastructure grant agreement with Insane Chicken at 1602 West Hart Avenue, Orange, Texas, 77630, in an amount not to exceed $200,000. Ms. Hillary Graham.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is the next step in the process for Insane Chicken. We're very excited about this. They have met the 60-day waiting period. So today is the first reading, and we will also have a second reading on February 5th.
All right, any questions or comments from Ms. Pravitt? I'm excited to see them coming. Definitely new development on 16th Street, and not actually having to take over an older building, but a new.
Brand new.
Great. All right, do we have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Can we have a motion, second, and a third? Okay, Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Mr. Birch?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
And Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Gravett. On to item 8B, consider a resolution ordering a general election for the purpose of electing a mayor, which is at large, and a council member for place 1, single member District 1, providing for the date, hours, ballot, early voting clerk, and notice of election, providing for polling places and judges, providing for other matters relating to the city election, ordering a runoff election if necessary to be held on June 15th, 2024, and determining that the meeting at which this resolution is passed is open to the public as required by law. Ms. Poole.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
Tonight, the City Secretary's Office is presenting 2 resolutions for your consideration. The first resolution is ordering and giving notice of the May 4th, 2024 general election for the City of Orange. This election will be for 2 positions, Mayor, which is the at-large position, and Council Member Place 1, which is the single-member District 1 position. Both places are 3-year terms. Filing for a place on the ballot began last week on Wednesday, January 17th, and will end on Friday, February 16th at 5 p.m. Candidate packets may be picked up in the City Secretary's office located at City Hall, 812 North 16th Street. Early voting by personal appearance will begin on Monday, April 22nd through Friday, April 26th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Monday, April 29th and Tuesday, April 30th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Election Day will be held on Saturday, May 4th, with the polls opening at 7 a.m. and closing at 7 p.m. As a reminder, last year the county adopted countywide polling, allowing voters the convenience to be able to vote at any polling location in their county on Election Day.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments for Ms. Poole? Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Ms. McKenna? Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs? Mr. Birch? Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Poole. On to item 8C, consider a resolution entering into a joint election agreement services contract with the Orange County Elections Administrator to provide election services for the city of Orange. Ms. Poole.
This resolution is entering into a joint election agreement services contract with the Orange County Elections Administrator to provide election services for the 2024 general election for the city of Orange, and if necessary, a runoff election to be held on June 15th, 2024. All of the political subdivisions of Orange County will also enter into the same joint election agreement contract.
Any questions for Ms. Poole? If not, do we have a motion?
Motion.
We have a motion and a second. Okay, Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna? Mr. Birch? Mr. Childs? And Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you again, Ms. Poole. Okay, on to item 8D, consider a resolution awarding a contract to DXI Industries in an amount not to exceed $75,923 for bid number 2024-03 for the annual water well liquid chlorine. Mrs. Floyd, sorry.
Good
Ms.
evening,
Floyd.
Mayor and Council. This annual contract is for the delivery of liquid chlorine for well water treatment to the Link, Restart, and Meeks water treatment plants. After evaluation of the bid submittals, it was determined that DXI Industries was the lowest bidder. The city recommends approval.
Any questions or comments from Ms. Floyd? Okay, if not, do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs? Mr. Birch? And Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Floyd. So item 8E and 8E and 8F will be tabled. However, we will read them, and the city manager will provide an explanation at this time as to why. 8E is to consider a resolution awarding a contract to Simply Aquatics in an amount not to exceed $64,550 for bid number 2024-04 for the annual water well treatment chemicals, and also consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an interlocal agreement between the city of Orange, Texas and the city of Bridge City for IT services. Mr. Coombs?
So first, let me hear about the water well treatment chemicals. As y'all know, there have been several reports, not just over water north of the interstate. So part of our investigation, we want to determine if the process going forward, if we stick with the chemicals that we're typically using, or if to change. We're just not there to make that decision yet. So Adam Jack, who's unable to be here today, he's at a meeting at the Corn in Galveston. So Ms. Floyd's here representing the Public Works Department. But regardless, he still asked that we table this to allow for further investigation to determine the correct path forward, a better path forward. So that's on E, which we do need to take action to table, or we just table.
Yeah, the council could move to table thirty.
All right, we have a motion to table.
Motion to table.
We have a motion from Ms. Hennigan and a second from Mr. Birch. Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna? Mr. Birch? Mr. Childs? Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, we will table item 8E and then item 8F. Mr. Coombs?
Again, so many years we've had an interlocal agreement with the city of Bridge City regards to IT services. In this case, specifically Mike Zito over the years. And the only reason we're going to ask to table this, Bridge City hired a new city manager. He came aboard last week, I think last Monday, but he's only been on board like a week, 2 weeks. So I just asked that we table it. Let me go down there and just at least introduce myself, make sure he's up to speed. I'm sure being brand new to the job he's taking, trying to take a sip of water from a fire hose. So just let him get aboard. It's not going to hurt to wait a couple weeks to do this, just so he's on board with this and we don't do something different.
Okay.
Make a motion to table 8F.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs? Mr. Birch? And Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Coons. Okay. On to item 8G, consider a resolution of the City Council of the City of Orange, Texas, authorizing the city manager to approve the Community Development Block Grant Policy and Procedures Handbook and establishing an effective date. Mr. Knopf.
Yes, annually, we're required to review our CDBG Policy and Procedures Handbook, and this year we reviewed them again, and we did not make any changes. We're not proposing any changes to the handbook, but we are required to submit that to the Department of Housing and Urban Development. So this resolution authorizes the city manager to approve the handbook and authorizes us to submit it to Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Right, does that book have to go through any level of discussion with the actual local board here, or is it just come straight from us to?
Straight from us to,
Okay.
You said no changes.
right, no change.
Okay, do we have any motion?
Motion. Second.
Do we have a motion and a second? Ms. Salter? Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Mr. Birch?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
And Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Knopf. You're gonna be here for a second. You're gonna be here for a while. Item 8H, y'all get ready. Item 8H, consider a resolution of the City Council of the City of Orange, Texas, releasing a parcel of land from the extraterritorial jurisdiction of the City of Orange and establishing an effective date. Mr. Knopf.
This is again, the legislature and the governor has here passed a law that allows people to opt out of the extraterritorial jurisdiction. So this is another request to release a couple parcels from the extraterritorial jurisdiction. These parcels are located way at the north in Newton County, and we don't provide them with any services currently.
I know when we spoke about this before, we also said that if we continue to get these types of requests, that we're gonna just officially move it to where they have to go through the 45-day wait. Because that's all they have to do, is it 45 days? Or-
Yes.
And then it automatically is gonna drop off automatically anyway, so is that, we're starting to receive that amount of requests, or we're not there yet?
Not quite there yet.
Okay. All right, did you wanna like maybe break it down just real quick, exactly what that means to the public that's here on the ETJ being released?
What it means is that people can request to be released from the extraterritorial jurisdiction. That is an area 2 miles outside the city limits, that the city has certain regulatory authority over, predominantly subdivision review and approving of plats in that area. It's in the unincorporated area of the county. And so there was a new state law that was passed this last year that said people that own property in those areas can opt out, not be regulated, not have to have their plats approved by the city of Orange. But to do that, they have to submit a petition, they have to submit a map, they have to submit a legal description to tell us, and then request to be released from the extraterritorial jurisdiction. And then the city, basically after 45 days, then it's approved. The city has 45 days in which to approve it. If not, then it's automatically approved to be withdrawn from the ETJ. So what that means is we're going to have certain areas of our extraterritorial jurisdiction that are still in the extraterritorial jurisdiction, and some that are going to be outside. There's going to be these little holes in our jurisdiction as far as what we can approve as far as platting, and there's other, very rare regulations that we can administer in the ETJ.
My question is, down the line, if someone acquires the property later on, many years later, and they decide that they want to get back with the city, are they able to do that? Once it has been, if I own it and I don't want to be a part of it, but I sell the property to another family or someone, and later on in the years, they decide that they want to do something, but they want to work and deal with the city. Is it possible for that particular property to be,
To rejoin.
yes, back to the city?
What,
If somebody removes themselves from the ETJ, that property comes back.
they have to request, annexation procedure to come back into the city.
But it is possible.
Oh, certainly,
And it's actually for
that they
ETJ
could-
purposes.
any landowner, the state of Texas by legislation has pretty well done away with non-consensual annexations. So it would have to be by the consent of the property owner following the annexation procedures outlined in the Municipal Annexation Act, which is part of the Texas Local Government Code, that they could come in and ask to be re-annexed. But again, it's consensual. They can request it, and the city has to decide if they wish to do so.
Oh,
In other
okay.
words, it doesn't happen automatically.
Oh,
It
okay.
happens by petition, and then the petition has to be considered and acted on by the
And
city.
it has to be approved by council.
Right.
Okay, gotcha, all right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that breakdown, Mr. Knopf. Do we have any questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion? Motion.
Second.
Can we have a motion and a second? Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Mr. Childs?
Aye.
Mr. Birch?
Aye.
Ms. Hennigan? Okay, motion passes. Okay, on to item 9A. Consider a motion awarding the bid for demolition of 11 buildings and the parking lot at the Sabine Park Apartments, Section 3, located at 605 First Street, to Manshak and Sons in the amount of $55,000 and 30 days. Mr. Knopf.
Yes, this is part of our demolition of the Sabine Park Apartments. And if you'll remember, they had significant problems which was caused by that deep freeze a year ago. And so we tore down section 4 this last summer. Now this is a bid to tear down section 3. We had several bidders, and we evaluated those bids. And the lowest bidder was Manshak and Sons in the amount of $55,000 and 30 days. And we contacted them, and yes, they will commit to the bid and do the work.
I just want to say, I do want to say thank you to you, Kelvin, and your staff, and to everyone that was involved with the court and the hearings, everything. There were rumors and things that were said across the community at that time. People tried to use the word, oh, the city's trying to gentrify that area or this and that. Those apartments were deplorable. They were full of mold. They were not suitable for habitation. And it's our job to ensure that we do right by our people. And so I just want to say thank you, because now we're going to get the next set that is like that. Now, this property isn't owned by us, and we're not able to sell that or give it to somebody, but we were able to use funding to get rid of this deplorable pieces of property. So great job.
And Mayor, just I think we discussed this before, but that 155 for section 4, we were reimbursed by the new property owner.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
this money can be used for this then?
correct.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, good. Cleaning it up. All right, do I have a motion? And we have a motion, second and a third. Ms. Salter?
Aye.
Ms. McKenna?
Aye.
Mr. Birch?
Aye.
Mr. Childs? Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Knopf. All right, on to item 9B. Here we go. Consider a motion awarding the bids for demolition and removal of substandard structures as follows. 1004 Second Street to Lark Group Incorporated at $10,500. 907 7th Street to Cypress Point Construction Services at $3,940. 1605 11th Street to Caesar Landscaping and Construction, LLC at $3,999.99. To 1610 14th Street, Caesar Landscaping and Construction, LLC at $4,250. 3025 16th Street, Lark Group Incorporated, $4,800. 3315 Lane Lark Group Incorporated at $14,372. 408 Burden Avenue, Cypress Point Construction Services at $2,880. 1605 Burden Avenue, Southern Style Services Incorporated at $17,500. 3024 Biley Road, Cypress Point Construction Services at $5,880. 1311 Cherry Avenue, from Cypress Point Construction Services, $4,240. And 1601 Church Street, Manshak and Sons for $6,800. 513 College Street, Cypress Point Construction Services, $4,140. 3308 Cosmo Street, Caesar Landscaping and Construction, LLC, $2,999.99. He was really trying to save that penny. 2224 Cross Lane, Manshak and Sons Incorporated, $4,900. 515 Decatur Avenue, Caesar Landscaping and Construction, LLC, $2,799.99. 1215 DuPont Drive, Caesar Landscaping and Construction, LLC, $1,799.99. 655 Gardenia Avenue, Lark Group Incorporated, $6,400. 6965 Guy Lane, Lark Group Incorporated, $6,250. 1300 North Park Avenue, Caesar Landscaping and Construction, LLC, $2599.99. 1310 John Avenue, Caesar Landscaping and Construction, $3,599.99. 2001 Lincoln Drive, Lark Group Incorporated, $4,400. 1603 Louisiana Avenue, Caesar Landscaping and Construction, LLC, $3,599.99. 5610 Mickler Drive, Caesar Landscaping and Construction, LLC, $2,999.99. 707 Miller Street, Lark Group, for $3,500. 1912 Missouri Street, Manshak and Sons Incorporated, $5,000. 820 Moss Avenue, Lark Group Incorporated, at $3,250. 1046 Polk Avenue, Caesar Landscaping and Construction, LLC, $2,199.99. 2319 Riverside Drive, Caesar Landscaping and Construction, $1,200. 1012 Ruby Lane, Manshak and Sons Incorporated, $5,000. 808 Shoulders, Caesar Landscaping and Construction, LLC, $2,799.99. 1501 Simmons Drive, Cypress Point Construction Services, $3,880. And 903 Texas Avenue, Caesar Landscaping and Construction, LLC, $4,000. Mr. Null. Yeah, but that's amazing to tear down that many deplorable properties.
It is.
That's a
And
blessing.
these are properties that have either been ordered demolished by the municipal court or have consented to be demolished. But sometimes people will not want to put any money into it, they'll just sign it over to us to go ahead and demolish it. So these are all substandard properties that aren't repairable or cannot be brought back up to code economically. And so these are different areas of the city. There's no one area of the city that has all of these demolitions. We tried to look at the different areas of the city and the different conditions of the buildings, and these are the ones that we took the bids on. We had 10 bidders, and the ones listed here are the lowest and most responsible bidders on each one.
I'm excited to see that we have like 6 different companies. I know that at one time we only really had one that was doing this, and now we've got 6 out of the 10 that won these bids, so that's good.
Yeah, and then, we've torn down a couple of dilapidated buildings on 16th Street, and there are 2 buildings on 16th Street. We're close to 16th Street in this list. The old car wash, that's the H-E-B grocery store, that's gonna be torn down. And then the old laundromat, that's Walgreens. It's gonna be torn down. It's one of the projects here to be torn down. So we are making an effort, to really change 16th Street, make it look much more pleasing, both from the new businesses and then also from demolishing these old dilapidated buildings along 16th Street.
Awesome, great job. That's 32 properties.
Gonna make a big difference.
Especially with the one by H-E-B, I get asked about all the time, the 3 Palms car wash or whatever. So that'll be awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be cleaned up, they're down to the slab. All the vacuums and all that stuff is gonna be demolished. It's gonna be taken away.
Well, I want to commend you and your department and everyone. Marvin, I know all you guys have a hard time, and so this is one of those things where everybody gets mad at us. It's like, well, we're trying to clean it up, And hopefully we may have another company come back in and buy that property, and we may get the Chipotle or the Panda Express. Definitely not another Whataburger, right? Okay. Do we have a motion, second, third, fourth?
Motion.
Here we go. All right. Okay, Ms. McKenna,
Aye.
Ms. Salter, Mr. Childs,
Aye.
Mr. Birch,
Aye.
and Ms. Hennigan.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Nall. Oh, you still here? All right, 9C, consider a motion appointing Lynn Cardner as a full member to the Zoning Board of Adjustments for a term ending December 31st, 2025. Mr. Nall.
Yes, there is one vacancy on the Board of Adjustments, and Lynn Cardner, did serve on the Board of Adjustments, and her term expired December 31st of 2023, and she has agreed to serve another term if so appointed.
Okay. Here we have a motion and a second. Ms. Salter, Ms. McKenna,
Aye.
Mr. Birch, Mr. Childs,
Aye.
Ms. Hennigan.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Knopf. Motion passes. On to item 9D. Consider a motion approving action taken by the EDC, approving the First Amendment concerning the assignment of a $200,000 EDC incentive from Raj Korpal at 409 Express, 1214 North 16th Street, Orange, Texas, 77630, to Karan Korpal, Shops of Orange, 1214 North 16th Street, Orange, Texas, 77630, for the purpose of economic development. Ms. Bradley.
This project was previously a C-store and fuel station and has since changed to be more of a retail center. It was previously, the assignment was previously approved by EDC Council, so we are just taking it to formally approve the First Amendment.
Any questions or comments from Ms. Bradley?
You said it was first what?
It was the, C-store and fuel station, and then they since converted to be the Shops of Orange, which is more of a retail center. Yes, ma'am.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. McKenna? Ms. Salter? Mr. Childs? Mr. Birch?
Aye.
And Ms. Hennigan?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Okay, on to item 10A, city manager report. No report? No. Okay. All right, how about city council report, starting at my right, Ms. Salter?
Just get ready for Mardi Gras for that parade. Everybody come out and let's have fun together. That's it.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Birch?
No report.
Okay, Ms. Hennigan?
No report, thank you.
Mr. Childs?
I want to thank you for recognizing Stump Weatherford passing away at Mardi Gras and having everyone standing ovation. Appreciate that. Also, a quick report. Council's here to help everyone, but we can't always be watching on social media if you have stopped up sewer line, bathtub full of dirty water, or if your trash hasn't been picked up. We all have email addresses. Mine is bchilds@orangetexas.gov. We all have email addresses. We can expedite this by not having to go back and say, what is your service address on social media? And then come back and asking again and again and again. We just send it straight forward to staff. So just bear that in mind. If you need an issue taken care of, just email us. We'll get it straight to staff and boom, it's done. And I think Caroline can vouch that last week we'd see a tub of dirty water, and we're saying, okay, what's the service address? With no response. And we ask again, and finally we started getting some emails in. So we're here to help. Call on us. That's why we're up here.
Great job.
Amen. Send us calls, we appreciate it. I do want to thank Kelvin and his staff for all they have done. I want to echo what the mayor has to say. I live a stone's throw from those apartments, and they have become so deplorable. And literally, the face of that area is already started to lift because of the houses that were taken down before, and now it's going to get even better. So I really, really, really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making that area look better, for making Old Orange look better, for all of the homes that will, and the structures that will be coming down that aren't homes anymore. They're just falling down structures all over town, and I just can't thank you enough for a bigger, better, brighter Orange. Thank you.
And I do have something I want to say. I want to thank the mayor for putting his hand back in the ring to stay our mayor. So what he does is not easy, and his family gets pushed always to the back for our community. So that's not always an easy job. So I do want to thank him for saying, I'll do it again.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I do want to say thank you to everyone that's here. To be able to go through, I'll say this, so I've been doing this since 2014. This is my 10th year. It comes to a part where people become complacent and forget where we have come. This board has worked to get you a rec center. This board has worked to get you a hospital. This board has worked to bring in an $8.9 billion chemical plant. This board has worked along with different departments, such as Kelvin's department, to tear down the housing that makes our city look bad, the housing and the commercial buildings. We've worked alongside and established interlocal agreements, and we have social media coordinators who push everything out there. We've went through finding a new fire chief. We've went through finding a new city manager. We've done all these things while battling COVID. We've done all of this while trying to figure out storms and hurricanes, and yet we still sit up here because we care. And so I want people to understand that it's not always easy, but we're here because we want what's best. For those who may not understand, you can come to a meeting and ask. I know that when we have certain things that are on the agenda, they may not always be, well, they just went through that so fast, but we may have spoken about it or discussed it at another time before tonight. So I do feel that we're moving forward. There's over 400 or 500 new homes being built in our community at this time. There's growth on 16th Street, and to see the people who are now moving to Orange, the businesses who are wanting to come to Orange, It's not just because we woke up and it started, it's because we've been praying about it, we've been pushing forward, and this council has worked alongside all of you and city staff, and I think that it's still only just the beginning. I think that we're gonna see a lot of growth near the new hospital project, and hopefully we can get, like a Texas Roadhouse or something like that, where I can lose the rest of the money that I do have left, that my 3 daughters have not spent already. So, with that being said, thank you all for being here, and do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn. All in favor say aye. Aye. This meeting is over. Thank you.